All right, hey, my name's Kenny Johnson, Volt Wrestling. I'm here doing a shoot with JiuJitsu Magazine. Thanks, Mike. Got Pedro Munoz. It's a black belt. I'm a purple belt. We don't have our gi tops on, so I want to show some detail for the hand position, arm position. Don't want to get lost in the gi coat. So whether you have your no gi, wrestling, no shirt, MMA, the same technique applies. We just didn't have the jacket on, so we can see actual hand position and not have anything hidden by the material. The first thing we're going to cover is the clinch, like a clinch series. We're going to go through the proper way to get the clinch, how to move in the clinch, and then some different moves off the clinch, and what not to do when you're in the clinch. Probably only a couple % of all wrestlers work very well in the clinch. It's something that's Greco-Roman oriented because you can't touch the legs, and so probably only 2 or 3% of American wrestling uses the clinch, so most people are uncomfortable here. So the more comfortable you can get in the clinch, the more effective that you can work your takedowns and actually controlling your opponent, whether you want to look for judo throws or takedowns, or just control the mat, control the match, and the tactics in your strategy. So the first thing I want to show is the actual clinch position and what you should do, and I'll then show actually what you shouldn't do at the same time. When I have a clinch, I want the key to all clinches is a deep underhook. I want a deep underhook, controlling his back. I try to put my fingers right into the crease of his back. I want a deep underhook here, deep. This hand here, I don't like to pull the arm to me because that gives him a deep underhook and we're clinched together more. I like to, before he gets his underhook, I like to have my thumb open, and I like to be in the crux of his elbow, and I like to keep the clinch, and in the clinch have his elbow and his arm shoved to his side. And this will set up some different moves, and we'll see in a little while. But right now, I have the deep underhook. This is the control. Everyone feels it's the other way. Like the more they hang on this and lean, they feel they have the control, and it's the opposite. That's an illusion. The deep underhook, control right the shoulder blade, my fingers deep in here, not at the Elvis 77 love handle. We want to be up tight here, controlling. The ball of my shoulder is just below the ball of his shoulder. If we're even here, that's 50-50. If he is a little bit lower, he has control of me. He can drop and hit different things, drop his level, body locks, and takedowns. And I can't stop. I want to get my position in here, and I just give a little shrug, and it's just a touch lower. If it's too low, he's going to get an angle on me, he's going to be able to bear hug me and get behind me and compromise my shoulder or make it weak. So I want to just below it, deep underhook, the leg, the underhook side, that is in between his legs. I want to control this real estate between his legs, right here. And when I control here, I want to keep pressure on his leg here, so I'll control it. I don't want to do what most people do. 2 things. They keep their hips back because they don't want to engage in here. They feel they want to lean. Or they have the other leg forward because they feel that, I don't know why this is more comfortable. They just weren't taught properly. This gives him the opportunity to take you down and create angles. I control the clinch by controlling my level, controlling his arm so he doesn't have the underhook on me, and having a deep underhook. My level's low, and I control this space here. This is the proper clinch position. If you do find yourself in a clinch where you're holding his arm here, that's fine too. The keys are all the same. I just don't like him to have an underhook on me at all. And I get this out. If he has an underhook on me, you'll see a lot of people try to pummel in or reach back here. Well, what that does is it creates, here's my good position. If I reach back, it brings my hips up and starts bending my back, and I call it breaking my posture. As my posture gets broken, it's easy for him to lift my arm up and knee tap me over here and take me looking for a double. So on the other way, if he goes to reach in, I'm just going to lift him up, knee tap him, and break his posture. So what I do, when he has a deep underhook, when I'm holding the elbow, I pinch the arm, pinch at his wrist. And what I do is I lower my level, down and back, so it stretches the arm out. You'll see here, it stretches the arm out a little bit. Slip my thumb in. I'm still pinching. I'm going to give him a little shrug and put the arm back tight to his body. Still controlling the deep underhook. Still controlling here. My level is nice and low. I feel like I can push a car up a hill. That's where you have to be. So if you do get stuck with an underhook here, I don't like being here, do not pummel in here. Do not pummel in. Pummeling, we're going to show you, and it's a warm-up. Pummeling is not really should be utilized in the match. So right here, hold the wrist with your arm, lean down, it stretches him out, slip the thumb in, shrug him, move forward and stick his arm in. His hand is still up a little bit, I twist my body back. Come back quick, no underhook. He's going to do a couple of things in here which we'll go over a little bit next. But now I'm controlling the clinch. How I move in the clinch is set my moves up. I don't want to just pull away here, because if I just try to push away, or if he just pushes away from me, it's going to open up takedowns. So how I move him in the clinch to set him up, I do what's called 1 inch, 1 inch. I do it with my stance, when I'm stalking my opponent from the open, I move 1 inch at a time. 1, 1. As I push him, he doesn't want to go backwards. I'm going to feel him push back into me. As I push him and he pushes back, I keep this leg in the center. I step to the outside. I pull him around my leg. Use my underhook to pull. As I'm blocking the arm, I push. Switch directions. Push, push. I feel the push back. Step, push here. Keeping the deep underhook. Keep my level low. I want to keep him off balance, and I want to make sure I'm creating angles. Push, push. As soon as I feel a push back, step, push him over, pull him with my leg. Push, push, pull here. That's the clinch. That's how you move to set up shots. First thing that happens when you get the guy, and he doesn't have the underhook, one thing he's going to do is he's going to try to fight this underhook in. He's going to try to push us. So we're in the stance. He wants to push this underhook in. As he pushes, you watch his hips. From a regular position, go back this way. As he drives the underhook, watch his hips. His hips come into me. His body starts going up. I'm in good position. That's why I'm going to, at the same time I feel a push, I hold him back. I drop straight down. Here's my double leg. My neck is in the crux of his arm, with his arm straight. I grab the knee leg at the crease by the knee. His backhand grabs his right by the butt cheek. I control his hips by pulling it in. I run him. I turn the angle. Don't walk in a circle. Blast him. Blast him off to the corner, to the side, moving across his back. So here, he fights up into the underhook. He fights, his hips start coming in. I feel that. Look at this posture. It's broken. I just drop on him as I go through. Control the hips, control the legs, and I run him through, take him down. Another thing that happens in here, when this guy feels he's lost the underhook, he doesn't want to be here anymore. So he'll push backwards and start trying to get away from me. So he'll push back. That's going to open up my takedowns as well. So what I do is this hand, I don't let him leave right away. When he tries to push away from me, I hold on to him. He goes backwards. I hold him tight a little bit. Now he's got to push a little harder. And he kind of springs up a little bit, gives me a little bit of space. I can hit the double on him again. So 1, he drives the underhook. Here, his back starts coming in. His body comes up. I drop. Double leg. Second one, again, now if he has a little bit on my ribs, I want his hand around the Elvis 77 area. And for you who don't know that, Elvis 68, he's in leather, looking trim. Elvis 77, he more had a belly, I would say, than trim. So this is the Elvis 77 love handle area. Just letting you guys know. That's where you want his hand, right here. So when I'm holding his arm, if he's still hands up there, I just pull my back a little bit, twist it back. Twist. As I twist back, ratchet his arm in. Now it's off. Right here is where he's going to do something. He's going to push away, or he's going to try to drive the underhook. He goes backwards, double leg. Make it quick, blast into him. So I'm controlling, always doing something. Right here. Also, when you feel it here, if he tries to pull away from you, if you don't want to engage him in a shot, for whatever reason, maybe you don't feel you have the position, you're too tired, you're not that great at takedowns, you want to clear this clinch. So as he's pulling away from you, pull back, step on an angle, and just control his arm. I'm free. If I want to be back in the open, if I want to try to pull guard, whatever your game is from there, you don't have to play the clinch game. So from here, when I have it off, if I feel him push back, I just step off on a little angle, I just control his arm. Long enough for me to catch an angle. I can look for a shot, I can back away, so I can be in the open, so you don't have to deal with the clinch again. It's up to you. Right here, he tries to back away, step out, controlling the arm. He turns back into me, there's a double. So you have the opportunity to clear and start neutral, or engage in a single or a double, whatever you like. With the pummel, here's the pummel. When we're sitting here, the pummel is when your opponent is trying to put an underhook on where you're underhooking, he's going to dig in and go to the underhook. He comes in, I don't want to be here. Actually, I like being here. So now I'm going to hit my double overhook suplex. Different lesson at a different level. So I actually bait him into pummeling into me, and as I hold, I squeeze the arm so he tries to drive it. As he drives tight, it slips through, I can hit my back arch, or as he pummels, I hold it, he keeps pummeling, I let him push it in really nice and tight. As he shoves it tight, his arm sticks through, I look for the headlock. So here, as he pummels, pummel in, I hold it, he pummels hard, push hard, look for the headlock. There's different submissions from here. Consult your jiu-jitsu coach. I got some wrestling ones from here. The other one from here, as he's pummeling in, as he pummels in, what I like to do, pummel in. As he pummels in, I let it slide. I step in. Side control. Again, those are two that you can look for the pummel, but they're there. The head throw is very easy. Anyone that's taken Judo before knows that motion. Sag, headlock, and through your hips. With the pummel again, I don't want to typically let him get both these underhooks because this is what's happening. I'm in trouble. He's going to step around. I'm going to get thrown down. I've got to defend this. So when he pummels in, the tendency is you pummel this side. Step out. Now we just switched. Underhook. We pummel back. Underhook. And the pummel is an art itself. When I pummel in, I control this side. And I switch legs. As I said before, the underhook hand, the leg is in the middle. As we start pummeling, I switch my feet. This leg's in the center. I'm controlling this side, deep underhook. To me, someone that is not comfortable in a pummel position or an upper body position, the more you pummel, the more you're at risk. You'll have to pummel in here. This is a nice warm-up for your shoulders. One way to do this, when he starts pummeling in on me, start pummeling, watch. As he starts pummeling in, I don't want to be here, I step out and away. I'm free. I don't have to engage in the pummel, especially if you're not comfortable. As you review this video, you should be ultra comfortable, because this is bomb-proof technique. This is it. If you learn this technique in the clinch, you'll master these basics. You'll get master. Hold. So as he starts pummeling, you don't want to be here. His hand is right here. Look at this hand. As he starts shoving it through, I step out to the side. You're free. He's going to come up, now you're here again. MMA, now you can strike. If your jiu-jitsu game is to be on the outside, you don't have to engage in the clinch. Again, just clearing it. So with the pummel, to practice, he starts pummeling, you practice. Switch legs. Controlling. When we pummel in, I still control. Come in tight. Come in tight. Come in tight. Don't be lazy like this, because you're going to get blasted somewhere or the other. Control it. You don't want to be here. As he starts pummeling, step out. Lower the level, and control this arm. It's not good enough to come here and just push, because now he has an angle on you. You're going to go for a ride. As he starts pummeling, he's not controlling me anymore. Step out on an angle so his hand clears. Push. From the clinch, we can go into a couple of takedowns where I went through the double. We already went through the headlock. We already went through the double overhook souffle. There's another one I like to hit, one of my favorite moves. I have about 12 different moves I like. They're my favorites. Possibly more, possibly less, but at least 12. Right here, I like an inside trip. When I move my opponent in this fashion, as he pushes back, when I step and pull, I don't face him right away. My leg is on the inside. I lower my level, drive off my back foot, I curl my leg around his leg, inside trip. Push. When I feel the push back, I step out, pull him around my leg. At the same time, lower my level, reach in with my leg and curl around his leg. Slide down his leg like a fire pole, get into a tight double, always pushing forward. Pull. If I don't continue to push forward, when I enter in here, I pull him around, enter in. If I'm backwards, he's going to dump me on my back. You've got to keep that pressure forward. So when I pull him around, he's sideways. I lower, enter my leg. I curl it around. I use my leg to pull my hips square to the double. Land. You're going to be in his guard, 2 points.
Cool. That's good. That's a lot.
We got that in one take. You have to repeat ourselves. We have to stop or none. The camera's sleeping.
Surveillance.
That's the truth. I'm not even lying or exaggerating at all.